everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Crafting with V, and if you're new here, welcome. So glad to have you, and if you're returning, thank you so much for returning. So the thing is, I was down at the shop working the other day, and my brother had some labels down there, some sticker paper. And basically it was the 5" by 3.5" labels. And he had gotten this at an auction that he had went to. And it was just in one of the boxes from before. So, we'll get to that in just a minute. But anyway, I'm going to show you how I start this out. I go to my InShot. I hit, which is an app, it's free. I think I paid a little bit of money to get the other one so that it had a few more things, but it was a one-time fee, I think. I'm not sure about that, so be sure to check that out before you do it. But they do have a free version of it. Hit Create New, and this was on the collage. And I really like this because they just added this to it. It's got the freestyle one. And as you can see on here, I went through my house and took a bunch of pictures of different things, of different diamond paintings that I had completed in my house. So we're just going to pick a few from here, like 5 or 6. Let's see, let's pick that one, and that one, and that one, that one, that one, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's good. Hit check. So it puts it, and I've got it as a blurred background on here. Hello, Stardust, how are you? Don't step on my laptop, please. Anyway, so it automatically puts these on here like this, but what you can do is you can move them around. And if I knew exactly what size to make these on the paper to where they could be 2 inches tall, I would. But I don't know what that would be. Put that right there. No, I don't want to zoom that one in. See this one. And I'm just doing this. You just click on them, put the picture wherever you want it on there, and then that's all you do. Once you've got it the way that you want it, then you just, whenever everything is good, you click somewhere that's not on a picture, and that looks good to me. So I'm going to hit export, and now it has saved that, and it has saved it to my gallery. So we are going to go to my gallery, if I can find it. I know I had it opened earlier. Oops. Nope. That's not what I meant to do. Anyway, let's close all those and then we'll just start over. Here's my gallery. I click on that and that shows the picture that I just made. And I will do this part later, but you hit print so that it'll print to whatever computer you have. So that is this part of the video. I'll be back in just a minute with the other part. Okay, so we are back. And what I am doing here is I'm making some release papers. I've got my cutter right here, which I love this. I've had this one for several years and it's still good. But these are the labels that my brother had down at his shop. I don't think Staples is around here anymore where I live at, so I'll either have to try to order these online or maybe find some from Office Depot that would work the same way. And I have tried this with other sticker sheets. These are the big square labels, which is great. Because a lot of the sticker sheets that you have now, they'll leave that cutout on the back page. And if they do that, they will not work for this. Okay, as you can see on the back of this, it does say Staples, but it's light enough that it's going to let me print over that so that I do not have to worry about it. Whenever I put these in my printer, I put it the label side up. Okay, I want it to print on the back of the sheet. And this is not my idea. I think I've heard it from a few creators, but I want to say the first one I heard it from was Jones Junk Journals, I think. If I'm wrong, please correct me if this was your idea in the beginning or however. But I think the first one I saw with this was Jones Junk Journals. And I could be wrong. I could be saying the completely wrong creator. If I am, I'm so sorry. Get out of here. Did you see that? Anyway. So I have already printed this one out. Not the one that I've just made, but this is one that I just printed out on my computer. It's kind of a collage of different diamond paintings that are actually hanging up on my wall. And what I do with these, when I get this out, now this top edge has a pretty big white piece, so what I do is I go ahead and cut that off. And this has lines on it, but in order to make sure that it stays straight, what I will do is I will put it right here. Let me try it on the other side so I know that you can see it. Okay, so it's going to cut right here where this part is. But what I do is I line it straight up against the edge. That way I can make sure it's straight. Just push that across. And I cut off this big white spot of it. And this one down here, now if you want to, which it's no big deal if you do. I normally don't because it's so small. You can do the same thing to that. But let me figure out which one it is, because normally, here, we'll do it this way so that y'all can see it. Okay, so I like the two. No, it was the right way. Look at me all messing up. It's just right here. Normally it's facing the other way for me. Let me look at this. Okay, this line right here is the 2-inch line. So that means that whatever I cut, if I put it straight up against that, on that 2-inch line right there, it's going to be the 2 inches, which is what I like. I like this size. And I just take these and I cut strips of them. And then I'll show you here in a minute what I do with the rest of them. And some of these diamond paintings that I take pictures of do make better ones than others. Some of them don't. It just all depends on what you think. But I think that these work out pretty well for me. I've been using them for the last day or so, and I'm actually really liking them. I ended up kitting up 2 of my mystery kits with the 4x4 squares. But I think for me that I really like, okay, this one's going to be the one that I turn. And the reason that I'm doing that is because it'll leave a big part of that that's less than the 2 inches. So I turn it on the end of it whenever I know that I'm not going to quite get 2 whole rows. I'll turn it and I'll start cutting them this way. On just this part of the things. And if you have certain pictures on there that you don't want cut up that isn't like this, or it's not just a pattern or something like that, use your cutter or your scissors or however you want to do it. Just use that to make it, to trim it up to the size that you want. This is strictly just what I do. You can print out pictures, say you put a bunch of cats on yours and you want each square of your diamond painting to have one of those cats on it. Trim it the way that you want it to. Because the way I'm doing it here, I want all of these basically are going to be different sizes. But I want a consistent size on one side of it. So the 2 inches. All of these are going to have that size. Now the length of them may be a little bit different. See, this one I'm going to put up to that next to the last line right there. And it's going to make these just slightly bigger than that last one that I did. And it'll make the last one on this row slightly shorter. See? And that's okay. I have been putting these, I've been kind of replacing them as I work on one of my mystery paintings. And I'll show that to you whenever I do an update video on that. But some of these are longer, some of them are shorter. If you want to cut these in half, just do the strips and then cut them in half. Do that. It is completely up to you on how you want to cut these. If you want one of them to be that long, which I'm not sure exactly the length of that. It looks like maybe 4 inches, maybe 3.5 inches, 4 inches. I'm not good at measuring. Then that one can be that long. And you could leave this one as this size. I don't want to because I personally like the smaller ones. So I just did it smaller, and then we've got one of my normal, about a 2x2 square right there. I got 2 more of these to do. But I tend to do mine the same way so that I can use shorter ones on some rows. And if you turn them different ways or whatever, if you have one line that has a shorter end on there that you can't fit the bigger ones on, then that's fine. You've got these other ones to choose from, and if you choose to cut it down from there, go right ahead. This is your project, whatever you want to do. Now, some people would say, why don't you use the stickers I'm fixing to? And later on, I may choose to use the stickers. But right now, I have decided that I'm just printing these off on the back of it. Okay, so since we printed those on the back of the sticker sheets, all I've got to do for my release papers is take off the sticker parts. Just like that. That's my first release paper. And these, I've been using them for a few days. They are working. These particular ones, that they don't have that cutout that some stickers do. If it ends up having that, then you may have an issue down the road a little bit. You might be able to get 1 or 2 uses out of it. But as long as it doesn't have that, I think that these will last a little bit longer. I know some of y'all are going like, what in the heck is she I've tried doing these with the backs of the little circle stickers, and it didn't work because where they had cut out the little circle label sticker things, it was on the back of the thing, and those little spots would stick on my canvas and tear after I pulled them up 1 or 2 times. So I have been trying to use some of these that I take off. I'll reuse them just to make sure that isn't happening, and so far it isn't. If that changes, I will let you know. But like I said, just make these. You can take a picture of some really pretty patterned paper. Maybe if you have some Christmas paper and you want to make some Christmas ones, just take a photo of that Christmas paper and then use InShot to put it however you want it on there, or any editor to where you can take a photo and do that with it. See, that one turned out really pretty, even though it's just like 3 different diamond paintings, or actually 2, and I did this middle part on AI to make like a Mystery Madness cover sheet, and that was before. Oh no, what did I do that for? I stuck that piece. No, that was right. I stuck this one in the wrong spot. See what happens whenever I get all flustered. I start putting things in the wrong spots. See, that's just one of my butterfly ones. But they turn out to make really pretty ones. And like I said, if you have some cats and you want to cut them out separately, do that. Either with scissors. I prefer the cutter because it keeps my lines straight. See, that one is part of my Minions painting, part of my Little Helpers painting, and then a little bit of that Mystery Madness. I love these. I love the way they have turned out. So thank you, Joan, if you're the channel that I saw this on. And I want to say that she has bought some to where she could print them out. And I'm sure Julie would love the ones that she has. I think she has cat ones on hers right now. But I think she purchased them from somewhere. Now you can't sell them or anything once you buy them from where Joan was ordering hers from to be able to print out. But you could make your own, use those. Which I am really enjoying doing this. See, look at that. It just gives it to where and see, this one got the whole minion on it. One of them anyway. So next time I go to Fort Smith or whatever, I I am going to go to Office Depot and try to see if I can find some of these same labels. And who knows, I might start printing something on the front of them before I use them for this, so that I don't waste the stickers. Which I know this is a big waste. I do. But these have been sitting at my brother's office for like 6 months. See, that one's a little itty-bitty square. And he told me I could have them to use for this, so I'm making use of something that wasn't getting used. And I think that if you want to do like I did, I just took pictures of the diamond paintings that I have and put them on a collage, and that's how I made mine. Now, I'm not going to sell these by any means. For one thing, my printer could not handle it. And plus, since I'm taking pictures of my diamond paintings, they are copyrighted. But since I purchased them, I can do what I want to do with them, but I'm not going to do anything like sell them. So, we're almost done here with this. And taking these stickers off the back is really easy since they were the shapes of the labels and everything. Okay, here is all my stickers. And this is the last piece. There was just a little itty bitty piece. I'm just throwing it away along with the rest of them. And let's see, I'll show you all of these. And get up here so you can see these. See? Now we just got some really pretty small release papers, like I said. You can cut these into any size that you want to. Use patterned paper to take a picture of and print them off that way. And it just gives your paintings while you're working on them a little bit of mystery to it, and it brings a lot of color out. So especially if you're working on these mystery paintings, just doing something like this is going to make it so much more fun, even though the paintings are kind of cut up and jumbled. But I myself really like these. So if you want to try this out, just go ahead, and if you would like to try it, do so. It doesn't hurt anything if you've got some old sticker paper sitting around. This is how I'm going to start making my release papers. At least most of them. Anyway, everyone take care. I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.